Yo, what's up? We are the Ries Brothers from St. Petersburg, Florida.
Today we are going to be sharing with you guys our top 5 tour tips.
Yes, so we've been full-time touring for a few years now, so we definitely have some tips for bands who are just starting out or just starting to get on the road.
Yeah.
Number 1, be easy to work with. Be someone people want to work with. That is very, very important. We learned that very early on. We had the incredible opportunity to get to open for Chicago on the Southeast tour. That was our first tour. And we were very fortunate they took us out. One of the first shows was us, REO Speedwagon, and Chicago in Atlanta. And we had a 15-minute set that night. And we pull in, we're loading our gear, and Chicago's tour manager comes up to us and says, "All right, you guys have 15 minutes tonight. If you play 16 minutes, you'll never play with us again." So we, message received loud and clear. We played 14 minutes that night. So that's, one of my biggest tips for younger bands is, stay out of the headliner's way. Be easy to work with. Be on time. Just be someone people want to keep hiring back. And, whether it's venues, promoters, or other bands, be someone that when you leave the room, people are like, man, I want them back. Yeah. So that's, be as professional as possible. It's very, very important. Tip number 2 has to do with food. Very, very important on the road. Our favorite place to stop on the road is the Waffle House. Shout out to Waffle House. Now, I know we're based in Florida, so Waffle House tends to be more of a southern thing, but you'll find them out, out and about, whether it's up in the Midwest or even a few in Arizona.
Yeah.
But utilize Waffle House because they are quick, they are cheap, and they are delicious. 3 absolute necessities for a touring band, because you want something a little more substantial and a little healthier than a McDonald's, and then you also don't have time to do the Denny's, IHOP. When we're touring on show days, we only eat breakfast because you don't want to be sluggish during your set. So we only eat a big breakfast, and then we'll eat a late night snack after the set. But breakfast is very important on show days. So shout out to Waffle House for it's a classic stop for bands.
Sure.
So utilize it for sure.
Tip number 3 is saving your money on tour. Most bands on tour will have a per diem, which is like a certain amount of money you will get every day or week. It could be $20 a day or $100 a week, depends how you do it. But find out if the venue you're going to has food, so that way you're not paying for food on the way there, because you can eat after you sound check at the venue. The venue will feed you. So stuff like that's very important. As far as show days, try to eat, you can get by with eating just a small breakfast to start. Maybe if you're at the hotel, grab an apple or a piece of bread just to get you through that drive. And then, but really, if you don't need to eat, save your money, because then you can, enjoy a nice meal after the show and still have that money available. But definitely find out ahead of time if the venue has food, and you don't have to spend your money.
Tip number 4, stash alcohol if you have a rider. And this goes more so for an opening act. If you're lucky enough to have your rider met every night, whether it's a bottle of Jack or a bottle of rum or vodka or whatever each night, what you want to do is, so you don't want to keep opening new bottles each night. What you do is, so you drink half or whatever of your first bottle, right? The next day, you go into the venue, there's another bottle there. Take that, put it in your van, take out the one from yesterday, bring it in there. Constantly having a new stash of unopened bottles in your van, which is safe because you don't want to be traveling with open alcohol. And also, when you get home, you'll have 5 or 6 bottles of Jack saved up to enjoy at home. So that's something we learned on this last tour we did. So utilize that. Number 5, this is by far the most important for building your base. Spend time with fans. After the show, go out to the merch table, spend as much time possible with your fans, shaking hands, signing anything you want. Talk to them, listen to their stories, tell them stories. I love hearing people tell me where the first time they saw us or the first time they listened to us. Just by giving people the time of day, spending 10 minutes with them, you can make a fan for life. It is very, very important to not feel like, oh, I'm too cool, I can't go out there. Go out there, meet people. That will make such a huge difference. Because picture you as a fan when we go to shows, just to get that face time with the artists when they come out afterwards. It makes a huge difference. So
for sure,
very, very important, especially for younger bands climbing up the ladder. Definitely never think you're too cool to do something. Always take time to thank your fans, because they're the ones who write our paychecks. They're the ones who keep us going. So those are our top 5 tour tips from the Ries Brothers. And thank you guys so much for listening. Much love and respect.